Alrighty. For those of you watching this live stream later, we're just doing some crappie fishing in New Jersey today. Maybe some bluegills, maybe an occasional dinky bass. And Andrew and Joseph, if you're watching this later, thanks for still fishing with me, kids. I don't know what year it is now, but I hope I'm still around. But if I'm not, just remember me by these videos. Just broke off the tip of my most expensive rod that I own. Kind of sad. Beautiful day out here in Jersey. I think it's like 75 degrees. I forgot to put some sunscreen on my head. And burn my ears off. Gotta find a spot to hide. Hey, Demon, what's going on, guys? I got some bad news. I was just pulling out my press out of the car, and look what I got. I think my kid yesterday, when he was closing his door, broke off my rod tip. But I didn't see it happen, so we're not gonna blame him for it. What's going on, Demon, DCP? How you guys doing today? So yeah, unfortunately, the rod I was waiting to buy for a couple of weeks or a month, now, now my rod tip is dangling off of it. I mean, I guess I'll still make it work. I still have, what, 8 guides left? I think I should be fine. Kind of sad, but it is what it is. I'm just gonna do some. I can't do trout fishing anymore today. I mean, can't do any more trout fishing for the next couple of days because it's kind of sad. All those fish are just like it's like shooting fish in a barrel. Oh yeah, you gotta take a picture. So if you're in Poland, you probably know the Carpathian Mountains. Ooh, something just jumped in the water. Oh, that was a duck. So if you're in Poland, you know the Carpathian Mountains, and you guys probably have a lot of people fishing them on the other side. Because I grew up right by the Carpathian Mountains in Ukraine when I was a kid. Yeah, look at this rod tip just dangling off. A little bit sad. All right, let's get to a spot. Thank you. All right, let's see. Let's just hit it right over here. I think this is where we had luck last time. I feel so sad about my rod tip. All right, yeah, let's hit it off here. I might keep a couple of big crappie today for my pups. He's coming over to help me with my kids today. So yeah, I'll show you how bad my rod got broken, and I'll complain about that for a little bit. And after that, we can start fishing. Hold on. Yeah, so this is it. This is the damage to my presso. So I cut it off the top. DCP, I saw that big catfish you caught, dude. That's awesome. I think I know a lake where I can find big catfish. How long did it take you to land that fish? I mean, how long did it take for the bite to happen? Hold on. Give me a second, guys. Let's take off the. I'm gonna take off the case off my phone. Great. What now? Okay, we're good. Sorry about that. Yeah, I'll check it out on Discord. Let me check. Well, I didn't start fishing yet. Let me. How you doing, buddy? I can't believe I can't get the thing to stick. Okay, here we go. Better. All right, so this is my this is what happened to my Daiwa Presso. Check it out. Unfortunately, so I'm gonna keep this rod tip. It broke off in the car somehow. Yeah, the Daiwa rods, they're beautiful, but they're pretty fragile. But that's my fault. Almost have to like have a case for it or something. So now I have a rod tip. I'm just gonna stick it in my pack and maybe put it on my some other rod. All right, let's do some crappie fishing. It lifts my mood up like crappie fishing. I still have a minnow from fishing for. I think this. I'm not. I'm surprised the minnow didn't shrink. I'm just gonna throw them on and just throw them out there. Hold on. Let's see. Hold on, guys. Just try to work through this. I feel like a barber. Oh, Demon, I saw your I saw the river. That looks a lot like the lakes and rivers they used to fish in Eastern Europe. Almost looks like a lake. All right, let's get some fishing going. Gonna put on my Gulp minnow. My Gulp minnow. Wow, look at that. Something's off with the line. Before you tie your clinch knot, always make sure you wet the line. So when you clinch it, it builds up heat, and that can definitely kill your knot. Look at my Gulp minnow. He has seen better days, but let's see if we can catch a fish on him. Let me put this in my bag. All right. All right. First cast, first fish. Who's with me? If I catch a good sized crappie, I'll keep it. My pops is coming in 3 hours. Maybe I can feed him some crappie. All right. Well, Daiwa Presso, that's missing about 6 inches, 4 inches off of it. This is the rod I broke off in my car. How you doing, Steve? Now I got to figure out what to do with this rod. Now that I broke it, I can still fish with it. It doesn't have the same feel, but I mean, I already paid for it, so I might have to repurpose it as a kayak rod. Let's see if we can catch something to redeem ourselves. DCP, are you gonna try to go out trout fishing today or tomorrow? I'm telling you, man, it's. I had a bite. I'm telling you, it's pretty sad right now in Jersey. I made a short that pretty much describes it. It's like I saw so many dead trout on the banks. And I think most of them die not for because of natural causes, but they die when people catch them and release them. It's basically five fish get caught by a bunch of different guys. How you doing, Lawson? Hmm. I might have to change out my gulp minnow. This one is actually a little too big for me. Couple more casts and we'll change it out. Fish. Oh yeah, that's a. I think it's a crappie. What do you guys think? We got. Oh yeah, I see it. It's definitely a crappie. There she is. First fish. Oh, it's a good size too. There you go. Yeah. On the now broken dive so I hooked him right in the lip. We're gonna let this guy go. I know I said I was gonna keep a couple of fish for my pops, but first fish, let's let him go. Pretty, right? Crappie bite is really hot in the fall as they are preparing for the winter. Let's let him go. Nice fish. Hey, what's going on, Las Vegas? Nice. Trout Raiders. Nice. You get a piece of bloodworm. So that's what the kid. We were basically. I was fishing uh, with my friend and his kids, and we basically. I took him to a hole where there was at least five fish that nobody knows about, and they were just like sitting there and looking at us. They were not biting. So after we finished, we were walking by like a place where everybody fishes. There was about four people around us, and he threw a piece of worm and just threw it out there, and like a nice, I think it was 1.6 pounds. That trout came and just they were playing around with each other and came up and just ate it. Just got lucky. We were about to. They were going to the car. Oh, I just had a night. Oh, hold on, I got a fish on. All right, let's get him. All right, see. Oh, that's a nice aggressive. This guy is a little guy, but hey, two casts, two fish. How you doing? Little bluegill. Look at him. He's pretty frisky. I think he's trying to eat a 3-inch gulp minnow. Look at this guy. Frisky little fella. Las Vegas. Las Vegas. I don't know when the next time I'm gonna go to Vegas, but I like to call. I like to be there for about 2 days. I'm not much of a gambler. All right, let's do it again. Can we do three casts, three fish? I'm gonna let it drop and just check it off the bottom. How's the weather like in Vegas? Oh, okay. I think that's seaweed. Yeah, I think it was a seaweed. I wasn't sure. It felt like it bit us first. Well, the gulp minnow's still alive, surprisingly. It was just sitting in my tackle box. I forgot it, and somehow stayed the same piece. It didn't shrink down. All right, let's see. I don't know if I'll go trout fishing again this week. If we get some rain, I will, but like I said, it's pretty sad. I'd rather go crappie fishing. Hmm. Let me try that, James. I appreciate that. I've never heard that, but I actually have done that for when I do striper bass fishing. I'll stick my index finger out, and I'll just when I'm doing side jigging for the striped bass with a topwater lure. Oh, I like that. Let me print screen that just so I don't forget. Yeah, I can see how that works, especially on a nice rod with a fast action tip. So I don't know if you were here when I started, but I broke off a tip of my Daiwa Presso today in my car. Thanks again, James. I appreciate the advice. I was kind of defeated today when I started the stream. I broke off about 4 inches off the top of my Daiwa Presso. Just you got to learn those lessons. I do that about once a year, maybe once every 2 years. It would be nice to not do that. And somehow I managed to do it to my best rods. I never break a tip off my $20 rod. So let's see another technique that works great. Stick your right index finger out as you reel, and okay. Oh, I see what you're saying. Now I'm getting it. I see what you're saying. That's interesting. I've never done that. That is a pro. That's a pro move. I've never done that before. I've never actually seen anybody talk about this technique, but it works. Let's try it. I'm gonna change the spot soon because if there was crappie here, we'd probably catch a couple of them. I'll try that again. Yep, that's what I'm doing now. I'm just slowly. I noticed that we had no water here at all. We have no rain, so I noticed that the only way to keep. Yeah, this definitely does work. So the only way I can get crappie as of recently is to just jig it off the bottom and slowly reel it in. We had no water in Jersey. They're so lethargic that the only way I've been catching fish on the stream is just doing like the jigging off the bottom and slowly reeling it back. Hmm. Let me change the spot real quick. And I appreciate the advice. That's really nice of you. Let's try this spot. A lot more seaweed here, though. A lot more growth. That's interesting. I've never done that before. It's a little windy today. Yeah, it kind of gives like the pulse to the bait. Yeah, I usually don't do well here with crappie in this spot. But I did catch a giant bass here once on the ultralight. Oh no. True, no. Hey, how's it going, neighborhood hillbilly? Yeah, I'll try fly fishing. The problem is, can't go trout fishing because I made a short on my channel. Uh, we have basically, it's kind of sad. We have no water. All the trout that they stocked is kind of sitting in the hole. Everybody's around them. There's like, okay, let's fish. Hold on. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it's fish. Oh, it's something nice. Hold on. Let's get him in the boat. That actually feels like a bass. I have to. I think it's wrapped around the seaweed a little bit. Let's get him up. No, it's not a bass. I was wrong. It's a very, very frisky bluegill. He was definitely fighting for it though. He wrapped me around the seaweed. That's why I felt bigger than it was. There you go. Frisky. Very frisky. Okay, off you go, buddy. You're gonna be fine. I feel like we need to give him a little nudge. No, he's all right. Yeah, trout fishing. I'm gonna skip it this week. There's no water. There's like holes with trout. There's dudes standing over them. It's all guys. They're retired. There's 5 dudes. There's 3 trout in the hole. Trout has like hooks in them, and we're trying. Yeah, nah, I'm good. I'm gonna try fly fishing though this year. I do have a fly fishing rod that I bought. I might have to since I just broke this Dial Presso in my car. Uh, that was terrible. Let's see. How's it going, Logan? Yeah, so I actually bought a rod for my. Okay, that's not a fish. That's seaweed. I actually bought a fly fishing kit. I wanted to get my younger one into fly fishing, but his patience definitely decreased as his age increased. So I bought him a cheap just to get him to try it. We went out to the West Point military academy to camp with our friends uh, with his uh, with his Boy Scout troop, and they were teaching people how to fly fish at West Point. And my kid took a couple of classes with them, and he liked it. So I was like, "Let me just buy you a fly fishing rod at Walmart." But by that time, he's like, "Dad, you know what's gonna happen. I'm just gonna lose my patience with it." So the thing is still in my closet. I never opened it, and it's a cheaper Walmart kit, but it's still better than nothing. I think it was like $60 or $70 at Walmart, at least to give it a try. Oh, nice, Tool Springs. Well, I mean, I don't usually ask for anything, but if you go on my channel, we made a Discord where you can talk to me. We made a Discord channel. I usually don't like to ask for any people for any stuff. I just fish for fun. But I'll try like one or two. I don't want to be like a mooch. I'd appreciate it. I'll give you a little review, an amateur review. But if you join the Discord, I'll private message you my address if you want. I don't know if you use Discord. I just started using it a couple of days ago. That's the only way to really talk to me, I guess, right now. Yeah, we have a small community. Like you see, there's only like 33 people in the live stream. We used to have more, but I think YouTube was doing that to me. They were trying to give me more viewers. I'm not sure why. But we have a Discord, and if you go on my YouTube channel for the where the posts are, not like the videos, I posted a link to the Discord with the link where you can join us and talk. Like I said, we're just we're not professionals, and we're definitely family friendly. So I don't no funny stuff. I make everything family friendly, just in case my sons ever look back at my channel. Not I don't say anything stupid. Let me stick the finger out. I mean, I had a bite. Hold on. Huh? That was definitely a bite. We have guys that on the Discord from all over the world. There's a guy from Poland. There's a guy from Ireland. I think there's a guy from South Africa. It's kind of nice. Almost feels like Internet of 2000s. Huh. Twitch, Twitch. That's an interesting technique somebody just told me in the chat to stick my finger out and let the line hit it. It's pretty cool. All right, let's change the spot one more time. Maybe we'll run into a school of crappie. You never know. I'm so bummed out that I broke this rod, though. Yeah, Discord. Well, I know we can do that. I can send it back to Amazon, but here's the problem. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do anything that I wouldn't like. I used to sell used parts, and people did that to me. Oh wait, I just found something. Hold on, look at this. Look at this. Oh, I know what this is. It's a cream lure worm. It was just laying in the grass. This is how I find all my stuff. Look at this thing. This is like a bass fishing lure. I've seen this at Walmart. I don't know what kind of knot the guy tied there, but looks like he just threw it in the weeds and broke it off. But yeah, I can't do that to the guy. I can't send stuff back and pretend it broke because first of all, yeah, I don't. Yeah, nah. I understand the point though. I the guy that sold to me on Amazon is it's not sold by Amazon. It's a store owned by a guy. So yeah, I'm just gonna have to own up to my mistakes. I don't know if my credit card has a policy because I just got this rod like probably not even 2 weeks ago. I don't know if my credit card has a policy. I think they do. I might actually submit a claim for that. I have a Chase card that I ordered this on. But yeah, I was on the other line. Like I used to sell motorcycle parts. I still do sometimes in car parts. And people would buy it on eBay from me, and they send me their old car part. But I would take like a million pictures of a part. So once in a while, I had to dispute it with eBay. And yeah, something I don't do anymore. Hey, how you doing, folks? Logan, go down in the comments. There's another Discord link. See if that one works. I'll remove that post and I'll post another one. I don't know why Discord gave me a link that was supposed to work. I basically got that link. I went to ChatGPT and I made that picture because there's no way I could make that myself. And I don't know. Can I post? Can I actually post Discord link in the thing? Let me see. I'm not very good at it. Is there anybody who's in my Discord, like Devil? Are you there or DCP? Can you guys post the link in the chat from my Discord that works? And if you can, just check my channel. Check my channel in like the next couple of hours. I'll update the post and I'll update the link. All right, let's move. But yeah, so the only good route I have left now is my Shakespeare micro series. My Dava Presso is now has needs a handicap sticker. All right, I'm gonna stop complaining. Let's go over. I don't know what's. Thank you for waiting for me to change the spot. Let's try this spot. If I go out fishing tomorrow, I'll take you guys for eel and catfish, or at least eel. I know a good spot. I think catfish stopped biting, really. I think the bullheads are done. All right, let's see if we can get on fish here. What's going on here? We're fishing, man. Logan, so yeah, check my channel. I'll update the link. It's kind of hard because I definitely got the right link for the Discord, and I guess it expired. Check the comments on that. There's a comment. There's another guy that told me in the comments that it expired, and I went to Discord and I got a new link. So I posted that link for him in the comments. So check the comments on that post. Hmm. Quite a slow today. Thanks for the likes, guys. I appreciate it. Huh. I'm gonna call Chase today. I'm gonna see if I can, because they do replace damaged stuff that you bought with their card. And it's only been like 10 days since I bought it. I'm gonna see if I can get my rod replaced. No bite. No bite. Terrible. All right, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna change out that gulp minnow for something else. We're fishing in the great country of New Jersey. I like that. I forgot the name of the guy that recommended me to stick my finger out as the line, as the reel is going. It gives it a nice vibration to the line. Let's go with the. You never know. Let's go with the Lightning Shad by Strike King. This is a deadly combo. I gotta dispose of that minnow properly. All right. Hold on. Yeah. So while you guys, this is what we found while I was walking around. This is probably a bass bait, right? I don't know what the hell's going on in the woods across. All right, give me a second, guys. Let me throw this crap out. All right, I have good hope for the lightning shad. Let's see if we can get something. It's interesting. Breaking out 4 inches of your. Jeez, that sounds worse than my kids. Breaking out 4 inches of your ultralight rod definitely changes up things. It definitely becomes. You definitely lose some feeling. Oh, had a bite. I was just jigging off the bottom. No, that was seaweed. Let me switch location real quick. Oh, hey, what's going on? Hold on. Received your invite and accepted it. Sorry, guys, that I popped out of the stream. All right, let's go. Let's go catch a fish. I'm gonna stop talking. Let's go catch a fish. I'm trying to basically, if you crappie fishing, your usual spots don't work. You guys got to keep using your 2 feet. Keep walking until you find the, especially if you're bank fishing, just keep tracking them. If you don't have a fish finder, they go a little deeper in the water, but once you find the school, you you're gonna get you're gonna get fish after fish. Yeah, there's some kids across from me that's who's making all that noise. Here's what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna try to pull it through the water column the way the guy showed me before. So I'm gonna cast it out, and somebody taught me a new technique today, which is gonna get it out there. I'm gonna let it sink. I'm gonna stick my finger out and just do this. Yep, I saw it. Hey, Logan. Um, so I'm using a Daiwa Presso that I just broke this morning, or might have been broken by my kid yesterday. Not gonna not gonna blame him, but I'm just for my own sanity, I'm gonna blame it on myself. So I'm using a Daiwa Presso 7-footer. Well, now it's 6 feet and 8 inches long, and I'm using a Daiwa Presso, a Daiwa Legalis LT1000, which is, for me, my end game reel. It's not that expensive. It's not a $300 reel. Super light, and it's a nice combo. Looks good, you know. With this combo, totally, the rod cost me 70, and the reel cost me $89. So like 160, 165 with tax, and that's all you need. If it lasts you for 5 years, that's probably the best ultralight combo you can have. There's better rods and reels out there, but I think you can fish for trout with this thing. I pulled in some nice trout with this rod. One thing I like about Diapresso is that you have action across the whole blank. Like it loads up, the whole blank loads up, not like the Shakespeare Micro Series. Like this thing just whips like a belt. That's one great thing about it. Yeah, Logan, Legalis LT1000S. So I bought this one in the spring, and man, it hasn't skipped a beat. I probably caught 1,000 fish on it. You got to listen to the drag. How good is that? Just that is worth $89 right there. I heard a guy fishing with it in a YouTube video, and I heard the drag, and I said, "Me likey." Just went out and bought it, and yeah, I, I had a bunch. Hold on, okay, at least we found them. I'm not sure if that was a crappie or a bluegill, but I bought so many crappie reels in my life. Like I used to like to buy Mr. Crappie reels, and I like the company, I like the guy. They're just not well made. So I'd rather buy one reel for $89 than buy three reels for $25 or whatever, four reels, and just have to throw them out or have them go bad while I'm fishing. Like this reel, I did nothing to it. I've been out fishing with it almost every day this year. Oh, you used the mosquito number 8 hook? Got it. Yeah, well, these things are going to go up in price. Like with the tariffs, the Japanese, while they're still stuck on the old things, I'd say go out and grab one. But, at the same time, don't overspend. Only if you need it. Um, they're definitely, all this stuff definitely going up in price next year because the tariffs are gonna, people buying things from Japan, from those Japanese sites for fishing, already getting hit by tariffs. A $200 purchase ends up being a $280 purchase nowadays. So while the guys still have stock with the old prices, I'd say get some because everything's going to be up in price about 20%, if not more. And lastly, I don't fish in gloves because they think I'm cool. I fish in gloves because I don't want to get a melanoma. A bunch of my family have had a bout with cancer in the past couple of years, so I'm not playing around anymore. I'm not trying to be cool. Hmm, very interesting. Nothing's happening. All right, so we got a crappie, we got two bluegill, and now it's dead in the water. I'm thinking what else we can do. Huh, let me think. I'm just gonna let it drop and wait for a little longer. Hey, Tool Springs, I was saying to the guy, it's Legalis LT1000S, Daiwa. Hmm, I'm trying to switch it up today, do something interesting, but I'm kind of doing the same thing I always do. Let me think. Let me think what we can do. Which, oh, okay, I just had a fish. Hold on. I'm trying to find a school of crappie, but I've been unsuccessful. I had a bite to the right of me. Let me see if I can cast it there again. Hmm. I do have a bunch of red worms, and I have another rod. Maybe we should just cast that out and see what bites. We'll definitely get a fish on that. But I think fishing is still going to be good in Jersey for at least the next month, freshwater. And then stripers start running. Probably going to start running in about 2 weeks. They're already on Long Island. How you doing, Thunderstruck? You've been thunderstruck. I like that. That's funny. Yeah, Daiwa. I've been talking to a couple of nobody will put down a brand like an old school Eastern European guy that fishes every day. And I've talked to a few of those guys from Brooklyn. And usually, what they'll do is they'll be like, "Yes, Daiwa is good, but," and they'll give you a million things that is wrong with Daiwa. But those guys, as of past 5 years, they've been like, Daiwa is great, and right now they're kind of like the Milwaukee of the tools right now. They really put out great product, and they haven't skipped a beat. And the fact that old grumpy Eastern European men are telling me that just means that it's probably true because those dudes you can't impress them with anything. So I was talking to a few of them this past weekend. Some of them actually sell gear. I don't know how they get it, but they sell rods. And they all say, "Oh, Daiwa is very good right now. Shimano better watch out." Oh boy, because usually those guys are big time fans of Shimano gear, and all of them love St. Croix rods. How's it going, Ken? Let's see. I'll let it drop to the bottom. There's a fun guy I like to watch. I'm not sure how fun he is, but his name, I think it's called iFish, I_fish. He can be sometimes very dry. I think he's definitely Eastern European, and he does a lot of gear reviews. That guy loves ultralight fish. I think he's in the same state as Rick, Gene the fishing machine. Richard Gene, yeah. I think they even fish together sometimes. Abu Garcia, nice. All right, thanks, Thunderstruck. I feel like you changed your name from something else, or you always had that name. You sound familiar. I don't recognize the name. I don't even know what to do at this point. Fish not biting. Fish not biting. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, we got one. Oh, he running. Okay. Oh, we got one. Oh, he's crappie's jumping out of the water. Wow, he's really put. You know how I got him? I was doing that thing that the guy told me to do with the. Hold on. I was doing that thing where I put my finger on the line. I don't feel like keeping this guy, even though I know I promised my dad I was going to bring him some keepers, but this guy's a little on the small side, and I spent such a long time trying to get him. I feel like we're gonna let him go. Pretty fish. Nice. Yeah, he's small too. Or she. Let's let it go. Nice fish. Catch you later, buddy. Thank you. The way I actually caught that last fish, I was just reeling it, whatever the guy told me to put your finger in there. You see, I put the finger and the lines kind of creates a vibration, and I just reeled it without jigging it. I'm not sure if it's good for, oh, just got a bite. That was a bite. That was definitely a bite. That was not seaweed. It was right at the seaweed line, but I'm not sure if that doing that is good for the line getting on the bail. Let's try it again. I just had a bite doing that though. Logan, there's a couple of things you can get. You can get a neck, you can get a neck mount for your phone, like the one I have. It's made by Telesin. It's the cheapest option. If you have GoPro or GoPro gear, you can use the chest mount, and there's an adapter you can buy to hold your phone. It's going to be a little lower because this thing is literally hanging on my neck. Here, I'll show you. You guys are gonna have to deal with looking at my face. I just want to show Logan real quick. You see this thing? You can buy this for 20 bucks. It's made by Telesin. I don't know if you want to print screen this. And that's all I use. I have a GoPro. I have a GoPro 13, but I stopped using it because nobody watches my videos. But yeah, get a neck mount. That's all you really need because this magnet is so strong that unless you're gonna start doing flips in your kayak, that's not coming off. Uh, the last thing I want to do is I have two boys and limited income, so I'm very frugal, and I don't want people out there spending crazy money on the gear that I don't need. So I would say before you run out and get a GoPro or whatever, you can get a neck mount and you can make beautiful videos because then if you have a neck mount, you can just do POV videos like this, and you can even get a 0.5 lens on your iPhone, and the POV is even better. So yeah, I'm gonna start to sound like a gear review guy, but honestly, all you need, if you're good at what you do, all you need to do some damage on YouTube is a $20 neck mount. That's all you really need. You need no GoPro. Nobody cares about that stuff when you're small. When you're big, get the GoPro. Unless you're into like mountain biking and stuff, you're not really doing any like crazy activities while you're fishing. You're just standing there. So all the image stabilization is good enough in your phone. So yeah, don't spend crazy money if you want to start. Or find a used GoPro 11, which is the same sensor as a 13 and 14, I think. And usually you find it with a bunch of other gear for free from somebody on Facebook. And if you need a backup. Oh wow, Polish people brought a world record catfish. Nice. Now, is that a private pond or a public pond? How does that work? The world records. I can see how I can feed the catfish and get a world record in my private pond. How does that work, Demon? We had a huge issue here in the States with a lot of guys. I don't know if you guys saw those videos, but one dude got caught cheating with putting weights into the what were they fishing for? I forgot. It wasn't pike. It was walleye. It was a walleye tournament, and some dude got caught putting weights and fish fillets into the belly of the dead walleye. It's crazy. He got caught in 4K. That was sad. That just puts people off from fishing completely. Okay. No, that's seaweed. Same problem we've been dealing with last week. There's no rain. All the fish is really lethargic. Let's go grab my other rod. Maybe we'll figure something out with that. Public only? Nice. I feel like me and you guys, we can definitely break the New Jersey record for bullhead because there's a ton of bullheads in this body of water. Nobody fishes it. And the last one we caught, it was definitely a trophy-sized bullhead. We never even weighed it, but it was at least 3 pounds. And the record for Jersey is 4.5. And I bet you there is a record catfish in here. All right. While I'm doing nothing, I'm just gonna. This is from yesterday. My kid was using this trout fish. Just gonna take off this bobber. That's pretty cool though. World record catfish. That's 3 meters almost. That is long, man. How you doing, Donnie? All right. All I have here is just a size 8 hook and a little split shot. I'm just gonna throw a red worm and just cast it out while we crappie fish. This is one of my favorite trout fishing setups, by the way. You can always put a gulp minnow on one of these hooks and just toss it out there, and it swims beautifully. All right, let's try it. What I got in my trusty Coleman. Give me a second, guys. Here we go. Mr. Worm. Next thing you know, we might get an eel. Take him home. All right. While we fish, let's toss this out there. You never know, might catch an eel. Most likely a bluegill, but who knows? Maybe we'll get lucky. Hold on. All right. Just put this here. We'll be fine. Let's go check some other areas of interest. Thanks for the likes, guys. It's nice. Only caught 4 fish today. Yeah, Logan, probably a bluegill. I just hope he doesn't swallow that gamakatsu hook because I need that gamakatsu hook back. One thing I do when I trout fish, I always buy nice hooks. I bought 100 gamakatsu hooks like 2 years ago, and they definitely make a difference. I love trout magnet hooks, the jig head hooks, but gamakatsu is so much better. Just when you have that fish that barely bites, definitely got to go with sharp hook. But the kid that caught the trout yesterday caught him on an old eagle claw hook, and I think he was using like 10-pound line. So sometimes it doesn't matter. All right, hold on. I'm gonna go for a ride here. Ooh. How you doing, Vladimir? Yeah, trout raiders. Mosquito hooks are obviously better. They're just like not as. Do you buy them online or you buy them in store? I think my father-in-law uses. Hold on, let me work this line out. My father-in-law uses size 12 hooks for trout, but he also fly fishes. It's a little different. He fishes both ultralight and fly. Oh, had a strike. Let's see if we can get him back. No, that's seaweed now, but I definitely had a strike. Give me a second. Yeah, so I'll show you how I modified my newly modified Dow Presso. So I broke it in the car. It was just hanging off. So I just took scissors and I cut off the end. Today I'm gonna come home and probably just cut a little bit more and put some glue in it so it doesn't get moisture in there. Very sad day for me. Pro pack from. Let me take a print screen. Trout Raiders. I'll keep it in mind. All right. New Jersey State Trooper helicopter is flying right over us, guys. Don't say anything bad. All right. For some reason, it's not casting very nicely. Let me just, maybe I should stretch the line out. Hold on. Let me just eat it out there. Oh, shit. Okay. Yeah, that's not what I wanted to do. That's what happens when you out there. Hold on. I think I got a bit of a. Give me a second. I'm trying to work this line. Should we go back there? Let's go back there. Bit of a slope. I feel like I'm coming down Mount Everest. Oh, look, I'm walking around in somebody else's braid. That's a common issue here in Jersey. Or not braid, that's somebody else's line. What do you think is on the end of it? Hold on. It's my favorite rubric. What do we find today? All right, we got a bunch of line. All right, just line. So let's put it away, throw it out for this guy, because obviously it was very hard for him to do so. All right, we'll clean up a little bit. I'm going to assume it was a guy. All right, let's toss it out there again. I think I have a little knot in my rod. All right, Logan. Yeah, the rod will definitely buff out. Do you have no idea? I gotta watch what I spend around the holiday season because both of my kids and my wife's birthday is basically 1 week apart. And I was like, one day I'm like, I think it was 2 weeks ago. I was like, I have enough money to buy the dial presso and not get in trouble with my wife. Well, I bought it, and here we are 10 days later with a broken hip. uh, Honestly, it's still pretty good, but yeah, I feel like I lost. The rod is about 10% worse now. We lost about 4 inches. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, just a bunch of crappie. Yeah, thank you. You too. Yeah, so yeah, that's not a fish. So here I go. I was on the fence about buying this rod, and I bought it, and now it's broken. That's just how life is sometimes. Thanks, Tool Spring Trial Raiders. I'll find your channel. Brian Aaron, the temp. I can't. I can guess how the the temp. I'm gonna say it's still lower 70s. But crappie are starting to bite hard. Last week when it rained a little bit and we had that storm roll through, the crappie bite was on. I thought it was going to be the same thing today. I don't want to go back to trout fishing. That was a disaster. And we absolutely have no water right now. But I'd say the temps are still like lower 70s. The water's still very warm. The ocean cooled down with that storm that we had. It definitely cooled down much faster, but the lakes are still pretty hot, relatively hot. All right, let's go check that worm. Let's see how that guy's doing. You got to give it to Daiwa Presso. Very pretty rod. It's nice. Let's see. So it looks like YouTube algorithm killed my views for both my shorts and my live streams, which is interesting. I wasn't doing this for money or anything like that, but it's interesting. Like the first couple of weeks I had about 150 to between 100 and 200 people in the stream, and nowadays I barely break 50. And maybe it's just me. Maybe I suck at fishing. All right, let's see what we got. I used to get a lot more views on my shorts. No, that. Hold on. Yeah, that worm was just hanging out there and nothing ate it. Look, that's not a good thing. Hmm, not very good. I don't know how to entertain you guys. Should we use a spinner? But nah, spinner's not gonna work here today. If the gulp minnow and the lightning shed is not working, I don't think spinner's a good idea. Hmm. The fact that nothing's biting the worm is very alarming. I have all these worms I kept from trout fishing. Let me cast it out one more time, and we'll switch spots. Yeah, I do still make shorts. I make a lot of shorts because I have so much content. I'll go out fishing with my kids. I can't live stream, but especially if we're sitting out there trout fishing for 3 hours. Yesterday I made a short. There were all these dead trout on the bank of the river we were fishing, so I made a couple of shorts. Sometimes I'll put out 3 shorts a day if I feel like it. Sometimes I'll do one a day. But yeah, you'll definitely notice if you start getting more views on your live streams, it will absolutely tank. That YouTube will absolutely tank your. They will absolutely cut the viewership to your shorts. It's automatic. It's almost like you trade your shorts views for your live stream views. And like I said, it's just trying to figure out if you're a good content creator, which I don't know if I am, but it's just interesting to find out firsthand because you listen to a bunch of dudes on YouTube, and there's a lot of bad advice on YouTube, or maybe it's just the advice that doesn't work for me. Yeah, I still have a knot in my reel. Hold on. I don't know why. Give me a second, guys. All right. Actually, now straighten out with a tree. Not sure how that's working out. Caught my line in a tree, and it's actually working out beneficially. All right. Did anybody else notice that if you put a lot of line on your bail, even like as the lines as you keep fishing with the same line, it kind of gets bigger for some reason. Like I've never had much line on this bail when I initially put it on, and as I started fishing with it, it just kind of grew over the past week. So I'm guessing it's enlarging itself due to either water temperature or the sun damage. But it's interesting. And it's that Uzuri hybrid line. I definitely didn't put this much line on. This was probably 1/8 of an inch smaller. No, I can't. I have no reason to use braid on an ultralight setup. But I did buy 10-pound braid for my bait caster that I really want to try. At this point, I'm kind of done spending money on fishing gear until spring, and I feel like Like I've always fished with a 4 pound line. I feel like it doesn't really change anything for me because I don't catch fish that is bigger than that. But I appreciate it. I fish my go-to setup for freshwater is always a 4 pound line. Sometimes in the spring I'll use 2 pound line for the because the trout is so much smaller in the spring. And my ocean setup is always 15 pound braid and 10 pound leader. And I've never had a problem with like breaking fish off. Logan, the braid that I bought is like the most popular braid on Amazon. Let's put it that way. I didn't buy anything fancy. I forgot the name of it, but it's like it's not like a popular. It's not like Berkeley or anything like that. I forgot the name of the company, but it's the most popular brand on Amazon. People were raving about it. It wasn't that pricey. I bought about 500 yards of it for I want to say like $23, 24. That's like I said. I'm not gonna be spending much more money on fishing gear as much as I want to. If you give me $1,000, I'll spend it today. But I'm gonna throw that on my baitcaster and we'll try it. I want to learn how to use a baitcaster properly. But I run Uzuri braid on some of my ocean setups, and I run Suffix like that. I really like Suffix braid. At least that's the one I bought, and I've put on my fluke fishing reels. I really like that braid, the blue braid. It's beautiful, and it just works like it's. I like it better than Uzuri. Hmm. Not Beyond Braid, but Beyond Braid is also very similar. It's another brand. It's like there's Beyond Braid and there's something else. Cast Masters or something like that. I forgot the name of that braid. I don't want to leave the live stream to check my Amazon. Oh, just had a bite. I don't want to leave the live stream. I would tell you. It's sitting in my car. I will try to use braid on a trout fishing setup or any fishing setup, but I just not this year. I already yeah I already set up so many. I already set up so many reels with the stuff that I just bought. Like I just bought the Uzuri 4 pound hybrid. What like 2 weeks ago? I'm just gonna have to tough it out, man. I cannot spend any more money. I actually love that SOS line from Walmart, the one that's made by Trout Magnet. I know it's a crappy line, but fishing with kids, it's the most perfect line. I never feel bad when they completely destroy my reel. All right, here what we got here. But this Uzuri line is really nice. It's a hybrid between mono and flora, and it has superior knot strength. It does have like those bad attributes of fluorocarbon where it's a little coily, but otherwise it's pretty good. Hmm. So you're saying the Japanese store called Daiso, is that online or like local to you? Let's see. Let me switch up a spot one more time. I feel like I'm boring you guys out of your mind. Hmm. We fished there. We fished here. Did I fish here before? Hmm. Trying to walk this. Let's fish here again. Might get something here. I really like that stream where I was fishing under the bridge and we are catching eel nonstop. I think we caught like 3 eel or 4 eel on the stream. That was a lot of fun. Maybe we'll go to there tomorrow. I have a couple hours tomorrow. I can live stream. I'm going to reorganize my tackle boxes so I don't have to fish out of Super Mario every day. Yeah, I'll check them out. Let me print screen it. I heard about DIY J-braid. A lot of guys use DIY J-braid. I've heard about that. Daiwa overall makes amazing stuff. Like their jig heads are probably the best ones you can buy for fishing. But there is a reason that Grumpy Orca never buys a Daiwa jig head, because if I lose it, I'm gonna lose my mind. I'm gonna go back in the lake and try to get it out. So yeah, I like Daiwa stuff. I just got to be careful. Like you saw, I'm a bit of a brute. I just broke off my tip of my brand new rod within 10 days of having it. Unfortunately, that's just how it is, man. All right, so we got two crappie, got two bluegill. It's pretty dead. Had a couple of bites. Like I'm going right along the weed line, and I'm doing everything I can to get a bite, but I can't. I think crappie went deep. And for some reason, my rod is not casting very nicely. I don't know why. I might have to come home and just stretch this line out on a tree. Oh, I see why. I see a huge loop on my line. Man. Yeah, this is why we're not casting well. That's a bit of a problem. Hold on. Maybe it's time to reduce. Oh, it just undid itself. Let's do one more cast. I don't know why the casting is so bad on this rod. But you know what? I do have good news. I think we have a fish on the other rod. Let's get over there. Let's. I see the line stretched out, so we got something on that rod. 1,000%. All right, let's go. Let's go and get it out before it drags into the water. I'm 1,000% sure that's not an eel. Let's go get it. We got a fish on the other line. Hopefully, it doesn't need surgery. Sounds good, Tool Springs. Yeah, man, send them over. I usually, like I said, people that watch me know that I usually turn into a pumpkin around 3 p.m. Eastern time. I take care of my kids between 3 and 9, and then I'll check my messages around 10 p.m. Eastern time when I'm working. But yeah, between 3 and, okay, hold on, we got something. What do you guys think it is, bluegill or crappie? If it's an eel, it's coming home with me. Oh, wow. The legalis is going crazy. Who we got? Oh, baby. Who do you think we got? Look at this. Legalis is going nuts. Oh, we got shaky. We got the shaky head. Hold on. Oh, who we got? Is that a big? Hold on. I'm in the mood to eat somebody today after I broke my rod. All right, who do you guys think it is? I'm gonna say big bluegill. It looks like a big bluegill. There he is. Oh, look at this guy. You know I'm gonna say it. You know I'm gonna say it. That boy, thick. Oh man, we knew it was gonna happen. That's a male, and he munched that. Okay, well he's coming home with me, cause I'm giving my dad his fish today anyway. I'm gonna take this guy home with me, cause he is probably not gonna make it. Get mad at me, please. But that is the definition of a nice Jersey bluegill. He definitely munched it. Yeah, he's not gonna make it. I don't think he is. I hope it's okay with you guys. So we released 4 fish. We're gonna keep 1 fish. So we're at 80% release rate today. I usually don't even keep bluegills, but this guy is not gonna make it. I got a bag of ice. I'll throw him in. I gotta give my dad his fish, his trout today. Whoop whoop. Yeah, I figured it was gonna be a bluegill because they always. Let me relax a little bit. Let me kick back my feet. By the way, these I bought these at Costco, man. Like it had to be when my kid was born 6 years ago. It's Adidas all-terrain shoes for like $30. No joke. They are bulletproof. I use them for mountain biking. They already wore them down. They're 6 years old, and Costco never brought them back. If they bring them back, I'm gonna buy like 10 pairs. I'm gonna buy them for my grandkids. I swear. Like I don't know why Costco never got that deal back with Adidas, but they're like those outdoor shoes that don't feel like hiking shoes, and they never brought them back. Anyways, I just went on an ADHD tangent. Here, you guys know Snooky? Snooky gonna stay put today. I gotta come home and clean this today. And this is my 6 cents lure that I paid a ton of money for. That didn't work. I'm gonna come home and clean up Super Mario. I can't have this stuff rusting away. Because Super Mario, he's been working every day. 69,000 PC. I don't know what that means. I think people didn't like me keeping the bluegill. Everybody left. All right, now that bluegill needs a friend. I would like to catch an eel today. Let's see how much time we got. I can probably stream for another until the phone dies. So probably for 45 minutes. I think I'll catch him a friend. But yeah, I started giving my parents more fish as I started fishing more. All right, get this big boy warm. Come here. Maybe I'll catch an eel. With pachas? Yeah, I know it's a hook remover, right? De-hooker. We have those here. People actually make them with people make them with toothbrushes. I should try it. Okay, Demon, you got it. Demon is a he's our resident conservationist, and I respect that. So I'm gonna I'm gonna make a hook remover out of my toothbrush. I have an old one. I've seen people do it, and you guys get to make fun of me on the next stream or whatever I make it. How do you say it in Polish? Wypasiasz? All I know in Polish is how to say bober. That's an internet joke. Let's see. Let's guess it out there. Maybe I'll get a nice perch. Let's sit there. Hmm. Too much. How are you doing, Alyssa? Yeah, we do have a couple of mods here. Thanks. What's going on? Let me check the chat. Is there some activity? Oh, he was swearing. Nice. All right. Yeah, we don't like that. Like I said, my kids are gonna be watching these live streams when I'm gone. Ah man. Yeah, when I created a channel, like I had another channel about cars, I was just testing out YouTube for years, just for fun. And I had a channel where about when I used to buy motorcycles and fix them. And I had a couple of videos where I was swearing, just being myself sometimes. And YouTube actually never gave those videos views. So I realized really quickly that YouTube doesn't like you to use potty words. Although for some creators it works. But the older I get, the less I swear. You gotta admit though, a demon is a pretty good name for a moderator. You don't want to get touched by a demon. Thanks, demon. I appreciate you cleaning out the chat. All right, let's catch our crappie friend. I mean, a bluegill friend. Really don't want to keep more than 2, 3 fish today. Let's see, watermelon pearl, or we're gonna go with emerald shiner. Let's go with emerald shiner. What's going on, Tom? Ouch, ouch. Tom, did you break 50 subscribers yet? I still don't know if your name's Tom or Peter Clare, but I did help you. I did give you 1 subscriber this weekend. I know it's not much, but it's something, right? Like that meme. It's not much, but it is something. Give me a second, guys. Hold on. I'm gonna once I have some free time, try to chase this. I'm gonna pick your brain about using braid. Maybe you'll convince me, but not this year though. This year, Grumpy Orca has been put in. Mrs. Orca told Grumpy Orca that I've been put in timeout with spending money on fishing, which is sometimes a good thing. Grumpy Orca is gonna be living on the couch if I keep spending money on fishing stuff. Oh, Gulp Minnow casts much better for some reason. Maybe it's heavier. Let's see. Do we have anybody from Jersey in the live stream? Sometimes we got guys from Jersey, or at least New York. New York can play too. All right, let's try casting it to the left. Well, yeah, DCP is a resident Jersey guy. The guy is probably like posting this, 20 miles away from me. But what's interesting is when I post stuff on TikTok, it's all like local people. I guess TikTok figured out how to get engagement from locals. They see where you're posting from with the IP or something. But it's like everybody on TikTok is like local to me. They're like, "Oh, I just fished there yesterday." I'm like, "What?" I mean, that's a little too close to heart. If I'm not catching any fish, just enjoy the full views and sounds. So the one guy showed me to put my finger out, and actually, hold on, is that seaweed or fish? No, that's seaweed. So I do like the method, but I have a question for those that are better at fishing than me. Does that, if you stick your finger out and the line sort of pulsates, and I caught a fish doing that, but does it ruin the way line goes onto your bail? Because I feel like it did. Because today was the first day that I did that, and my line was getting coiled up on the on the. It was not getting put on the bail properly. So that's why I stopped doing that. But it's kind of an interesting method. Nice. Back to back drop shot net. Nice. Using the braid line. Hey, if you make a video like that, I'll watch it. Trout Raiders. Yeah, what I'm gonna do, like I said, what I'm gonna do when I get home, I'm gonna have a big backyard. I'm gonna get it stuck on a tree. That's the only way Grumpy Worker knows how to do it. I'm gonna get it stuck on a tree, and I'm gonna walk it out. I have a huge backyard, unfortunately, and because I have to clean it right now, and I'm gonna stretch it, and I'll put it back on the reel. And if it's too much line, I'm gonna actually cut it down. And Trout Raiders, if you make a video of how to do the fluorocarbon, I'll definitely watch it and I'll learn from it. Tom, you got up to 20, 50 subs. Congrats, man. Now, like I said, don't forget what happened to Grumpy Worker Jr. He got thrown off. He got thrown off of YouTube because when he was doing he plays basketball. He's very good. When he was doing his basketball stream, he had his little brother in the video, and YouTube deleted his channel. So don't break any rules because YouTube algorithm. Oh, I just had a bite. Hold on. YouTube algorithm is. Oh yeah. Okay. Oh, we're in business now, boys. Okay. It's probably gonna be a crappie, but I'll be damned if it's not. Oh. Oh, we're in business, boys. Oh yeah. Good size. Good size. All right. Not really good size, but at least it looked like a good size. All right. It's gonna be a tough choice. You know what? Let's let this guy go. Even though I promised my dad I was gonna get him some fish. Uh, he's kind of he's too pretty to be used as food. I'm feeling for you, man. See? Have a good one. Nice fish, though. That's crappie number 3. If I catch a bigger one, though, I'm keeping it. I promise. All right, so at least we're catching something. Yeah, I had to fight with myself about that one. My dad's going to be at my house in the next hour and a half. But I already have a rainbow trout for him that my friend caught yesterday. So I think that should be, and a bluegill. I think that should be enough. Yeah, that was pretty good. Yeah, I was good. Whenever, here's the problem with the Grand Orca. You can always take a spool off and put it in warm water. So I heard people doing that. And what's his name? Richard Gene, the fishing machine, recommended. And then there's a guy like I Fish, who's apparently like a super pro fisherman. He says that that doesn't work. But what's the worst thing that can happen? What I can do is I can take my spool and put it in warm water. And if it doesn't work, I'll tell you guys. But if it works, I'll also tell you guys. The only problem is what's the temperature of the water? Is it like 100 degrees, like body temperature, or a little warmer? Dude, I'm gonna burn my ears off today. I forgot to put on sunscreen. Yeah, whenever I start doubting myself about keeping fish and I voice it, it's too late for me. Grumpy Orca gonna let the fish go. I uh I always have I always fight with myself about keeping fish. I'm gonna make a decision to keep the next crappie. How about that? Unless it's a baby. I usually don't eat them, but when my pops asked me to, I eat them in the spring. But when my dad asked me to keep some fish, I'll keep some fish. I have so much food at home. And thanks, Snow Bros, for telling me my streams are good. I appreciate it, man. Sometimes you sit out here talking to yourself, I mean, to your phone, and wonder, what the hell am I doing, you know? Okay, we're gonna let it drop. But I'm planning to basically stream as much as I can. I'm not planning to use YouTube as a source of income. I wanna leave some memories for my kids because YouTube worked for me as a source of free storage and place to meet people. I kind of grew up on the internet forums all my life. I was part of car forums in the early 2000s. I met a lot of good people that like became an essential part of my life later on, all over the country. Kind of got to meet them in person. It was cool. But the problem is, internet forums kind of died off. Nobody even goes on them anymore. Yeah, the fact that I caught that crappie and there's nothing else where I caught it, that just means that they're just very, very, very slow to bite. I've had a couple of bites, but usually if you catch one, you catch all of them, and that's just not the case today. All right, let's go check that rod with the worm. The next thing you know, I have a perch in there, which is what I want to catch. And I'll check the stream messages. All right, hold on to your hats. Let's see what you guys wrote. Oh, nice. Tom, is gonna after you get 50 subs, it's gonna take a couple of days for YouTube to realize that. So don't get discouraged. Just wait, because YouTube is usually 5 day behind on processing views and the subs and everything. So you're gonna see that I was right. YouTube is 5 days behind on everything. So if you reached your 50 subs yesterday, it's gonna take another 3-4 days for YouTube to realize that. Yeah, Trout Raiders, you're right about that. But what's interesting, the line started getting like that recently. It wasn't like that when I first put the line on. We definitely have a fish on that rod, by the way. And Logan, that's awesome that you're a contractor mechanic. Uh, keep that military job though. My buddy just came back from Ukraine on his contract. They offer him another contract for 3 years, but he didn't want to keep moving his family around. But that's awesome. I basically grew up around car guys. We used to all work on random cars, and being a mechanic is like being a doctor. I have a lot of respect for it. All right, all right. We're gonna say it's another bluegill, right, boys? Let's get them in the boat. I mean, if it's an eel, I'm gonna eat them. I think. Okay, so it's tied around seaweed. That's the only problem here. Wow, you can see that. You can hear that Legal is fighting for its life. Okay, yeah, we're wrapped around seaweed. Hold on. Yeah, that sucks. There's a fish on it, but it's wrapped around seaweed. Check this out. Just look at the bend of the Shakespeare compared to Presso. Presso would be bent in half right now. Uh, well, that kind of sucks. I didn't expect that result. Right now, having that 10-pound braid would be good. Hold on. I don't have my waders on me today. Let's see if I can go to the side and not get bitten by a snapping turtle or find a body. Let's see. Let me. Nah, we're in trouble here. So whatever ate that worm took it into the. And that's not an eel. Because eel would probably drag the line back, but It's probably a bluegill that's kind of stuck in seaweed. Hmm. All right, what's the call? Yeah, so we got a quagmire here. I have a 4 pound line on, and yeah, I'm gonna try to play with it for a little bit more. Worst case scenario, I might leave it. Maybe the fish will untangle itself, but it's in the weeds now. Hold on. You can see the bend in the Shakespeare micro series. It's not doesn't bend like a Daiwa. Uh, I'm gonna rest in the knot strength on that Yuzuri line now. Hold on. Oh, forget it. It's like he probably built a house there already. Give me a second, guys. I'm just struggling here with this fish. Oh, oh, oh! he just he just flew out of there like a cannon. All right, yeah, we knew it was gonna happen. This guy's gonna come with us. He just I don't know if you saw it, but he just launched himself like a SpaceX out of there. All right, oh, buddy. All right, I guess my dad's gonna be eating bluegills today. It's number two. I don't think he minds. One good thing about bluegills is their head is much smaller than a crappie head. So when you see a smaller fish, it's really not that small. It has a ton of meat on it. Oh, Demon, if I catch a pike, I'll probably buy myself a cake from Costco and I'll just write, thank you, Demon on it. No joke. By the way, if you guys want a pro tip, if you have a Costco membership in the US and you want to surprise your friends with an amazing cheesecake, go buy a cheesecake from Costco. It comes completely blank, and then buy a bunch of strawberries and fruits and throw it on top. You instantly have yourself a cake that looks like it was made by a French chef, and you spend at least $100 on it. In reality, you only spend about 25. That's a pro tip from Vegan Orca, or I mean, Grumpy Orca. See, I'm so random with my stuff. You can get cake advice while fishing. All right, let's settle in. Put another hook on the line. What's going on, Ronyo? Yeah, the hook is. I basically decided to keep every fish hook. I'm gonna, like I said, my pops is coming in what, like 2 hours. What's going on, Ronyo? I really enjoyed being part of your stream last time. And what I need to do here is I really need to clean up Super Mario. I don't know how it started rusting, which is very unfortunate. I guess I guess I got water on it, but I'm gonna come home today. That's my first thing I'm gonna do. I'm gonna. How do you guys clean your lures? Anybody got any advice? If you got advice, I'm all ears. You know, Grumpy Orca always listens. I'm a very aggressive amateur. Yeah, I don't know how I got water in the Super Mario, but oh, wait a minute, I do. I know how I got water. When I was trout fishing at night with my kid in the evening, I had to go deep in the water, and that's how I got water in it. Okay, now it all makes sense. I went inside the water with my pants on and got water on Super Mario. You like the lure holder? I I'm one of those guys that never throws out containers. I think it's because of my Eastern European background. We don't throw out anything, you know. Dima will tell you, but people might have changed now. But I just like those little containers, man. I'm like a little squirrel. If I see a nice container, I always say there's a purpose for it in another life. So I just kind of I'm basically I think that's called hoarding, right? But if you make it cute, it's not hoarding. It's just being resourceful. Or what is it called? Doom scrapping. So yeah, I have a million different containers. I think what my wife does is she slowly puts them all in a bag and then she just throws them out and never tells me because the bags of stuff disappear from our house. Oh yeah, Just Demon, yeah, just throw a picture. You ended up with 112 crappie, 25 keepers, 3 bluegill. Damn, Rania. Well, you're better than me. All I did in this stream was catch. I caught 3 crappie, and I caught what, like 4 bluegill, and this last bluegill launched out of the seaweed at us like he was trying to, uh, get onto the orbit of Mother Earth. All right, let's catch another one. Yeah, what I'm going to do today, I'm going to listen to the advice of trout chasers. I'm going to come home. I'm going to stretch these lines out uh, while I'm with my kid, and I'm going to put them in warm water. For all this time, I've been listening to advice that is, but I'll try it. I don't mind that at all. Next thing you know, it works. Yeah. So Uzuri line, this is the Uzuri hybrid I have here. It's been amazing for a while, but it seems like it's coiling a lot. I don't know if it's UV damage or what. I'm gonna cast one more time for crappie. Let's change spot real quick. Man, Ronnie, you're like slaughtering those crappie. You caught 120 crappie on live stream. You should be like the next whatchamacall, what a big YouTuber, Mr. Beast of fishing. That's a lot of fish, man. You know, you might convince me, but Berkeley Vanish, is that I know that line is very good. Is that fluorocarbon? Oh, I just casted it on the tree. Nice. But I got it out. I gotta recast this. This was a bad cast. Ronnie, one day I'm gonna come down there and you're gonna take me on your boat and go fishing. You just need a. I might have to petition the Congress for my wife to let me go. Yeah, I've seen Vanish for sale. Like I've seen it. I'm just worried about. Isn't fluorocarbon also very coily? Okay, yeah. I just created myself a problem. Hold on. We might be fixing my line sooner than I wanted to. Hold on, guys. Yeah, let's just do it live. I left my scissors back, so I'm just gonna. Ah, this is terrible. I'm sorry. Yeah, Ronnie, I will totally go on your boat and crappie fish with you. We can even not keep any fish. I'm good. What's the size of a keeper where you fish? I'm just gonna take off some line because I don't know how I did this. Well, I do know how I did this. Don't you love when this happens? Okay. Now I just gotta make sure I take all the line off and take it home. Hmm. All right. Well, I thought I was gonna take the line off at home, but I ended up doing during live stream. I'm sorry if I bored the crap out of you guys. I just want to make sure to bring this line back to my backpack and not lose any of it. Hold on. All right. 1 second. Stay with me. I think I just solved my fishing line problem. But I'll still put it in warm water when I get home today. I'll take the bails off and I'll just rest them in warm water. We'll see if it works. I also have to make a fish tank for the 5 or 6 baby catfish I found on my pond filter. It's 4 pound line. Give me a sec. I'm gonna throw. The only reason I'm coming back to my backpack is I don't want to. I don't want to lose this line, and then some birds gonna get trapped in it. You know how that goes. Yeah. For those of you who didn't see my short, I found by accident. I was cleaning out my pond filter, and I found 5 baby catfish. Not big catfish, the bullheads. I found them, and I know exactly where they came from. My kid decided to bring some catfish to the pond 3, 4 years ago, and they finally made a nest. I guess there was a male and a female. They finally made a nest somewhere, and now at first I thought it was tadpoles, like the bullhead tadpoles. Well, it turned out that it was a catfish, and I found out the way it stung me really badly in my finger and started bleeding. They're like this big, cutest fish ever, but they're definitely aggressive. They'll sting you if you touch them. All right, hold on, almost done here. All right, let's speed up the process. Okay. Yeah, today is not my best day fishing, but it's still better than trout fishing for one fish with 6 other dudes. Yeah. So what? Oh! While I was talking to you guys, I got a fish on. Hold on. Okay. Oh, wait! I just had a bite, and I lost the fish. While I was talking to you, my other rod just went. I didn't catch the fish. That was definitely Mr. Bluegill. I have a trout magnet hook on here. I put a trout magnet hook because there's probably going to be a lesser chance of them swallowing it. All right, let's go back and catch a fish. The next crappie I catch, if it's not small, I'm keeping. I already made up my mind. How far I'm casting out? It's pretty far. I'll tell you. Hold on. I cast out at least 30, 40 feet. I can cast further, but all the fish, honestly, is in the weed line. Hold on. Let's go over here. All the fish is, I get all my bites, and the worm I was casting out about 30 feet. But the problem is, I don't really have like a heavy wind on that line, so the wind moves the line a little bit. But I noticed that all the fish here is, you see that weed line? They're all bite right along the weed line. Oh, oh wow, cast so much better now. Yeah, so now, okay, I'm getting bites. Oh, I had a fish right away. So I guess the crappie were pretty deep. While I was showing you guys the line on my reel, I got a bite. Couldn't land the fish though. Hold on, let's cast it out there again. Yeah, so now I have significant. This is what the line looked like when I originally put it on, even less. And I guess over time, I'm not sure exactly what happened, but oh yeah, it's cast like $1 million now. Now it flies at least 50, 60 feet. Also, like I said, I also broke off my tip, so the rod is not perfect either. All right, let's cast it out again. Probably fish for the next 15 minutes or so. Oh no, not the wind. I'm gonna do something entertaining the next couple of days. We can't be doing the same thing every time. Maybe we can go eel fishing. I know a spot where there's definitely eel. The only question is, are they gonna bite? Trial raiders. I will. I'll do it once I get home because I only have about 15 more minutes I can fish. But I'll trust me. Today is the day I'm gonna call it a. I'm gonna get serious about fixing this line after I broke the rod, right? Ranyo, are you part of the Discord group that I made? Because it's hard for me to like. I don't know how to contact people on YouTube. But if you join the Discord group, I'll talk to you. I just don't know how to properly reach out to you. If your email is on somewhere mentioned on your YouTube account, I'll email you. I should probably put my email. My email is actually vegan orca, not grumpy orca. There's a long story about that, but it's vegan orca. I think 7 at gmail.com. But I'll try to reach out to you, and I'll next time I'm at my using my phone or computer, I'll put my email in the title. I just don't want to get spam mail. That's why I didn't do it. How did I get a strike on my first cast here and I got nothing? Oh, it's in your description? Okay, I'll shoot you an email. Thanks, Trout Raiders. I just wanted to thank you for giving me all the advice, man. Where do you fish for trout again? Can you tell me what state you're from so I don't forget? Because Tool Springs, right. I should probably take that as a tip. Tool Springs. Uh, I definitely appreciate all the advice you gave me. Okay, that's fish. Yeah, I'm not playing around now. Okay, it came off. Great. I felt the bite. I set the hook, and I lost the fish. Feel like I'm writing a memoir. Oh, it destroyed my gulp minnow. It's actually twisted upside down. So whenever my gulp minnow gets beat up like this, I always rig it through the belly. See, like this. I know exactly where I had a strike on it, so I'm gonna go back right where it's. That was definitely a crappie too. Yeah, when I was watching Ranyo live stream, he has a million fish around him. He also has bird friends, which is dangerous. That's how you know he's good at fishing. He uh, he had like a million fish swimming around where he was fishing. In Jersey, in the public pond, we don't have that. Although there's much less people fishing in Jersey now than used to. Everybody I talk to that I meet, old timers that fish here in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, they all tell me there used to be at least three, four more times more people fishing with their kids before. Nowadays, not a lot of people fish with their kids, or just fishing is kind of dead as a hobby here, which is kind of sad. Very few people fish. Oh, you're in Las Vegas, right? Right. Jeez, I keep forgetting. Yeah, it is the new generation. All right. Hold on. Let me remove. Um, I don't know why vertical consciousness has to come into my stream and start ragging on everybody. People are funny. All right. I feel like I've disappointed you guys today. Let's see. Well, let me reload my mojo for my next cast. I feel like I should be able to catch a fish. Hold on. I had a bite right there. I was bringing in. Let me cast the same time. Same place I was casting last time. All right. Just about there. I was bouncing off the bottom. Oh, let me reel up the slack. Oh, we're on. I told you I was going to reload my mojo. We're on now, baby. Okay. I had to reload the mojo. I tell you. I had to reload the mojo. And this one I'm keeping because I said I was going to keep it. I'm not going to get touchy-feely about it. It's actually the biggest crappie we caught today. I just had to reload mojo. All right. Feels good when you talk shit and you actually catch a fish. Excuse my French. What's going on? Yeah, the kids are all on their phones. Yeah, so far my dad's gonna take home today a 1.6 pound rainbow trout, a crappie, and two bluegill, and that's enough for him and my mom. I don't think they need more fish. If I catch another crappie, I'll take him. But they should be pretty happy right now. I try to not give them too much fish because after all, we are fishing in Jersey. But if they ask for it, and my parents are quite frugal, so it saves them some money too. Yeah, that's a good sized fish. That's the biggest crappie we caught today, I think. It might not be the biggest, but still, we'll keep him. All right, he has two friends. I did say I was going to keep the next crappie I catch, and I did. I do not feel bad about it. Yeah, my interesting tidbit about my dad is we fell on pretty hard times in the early '90s because the country basically got restructured. My dad was a emergency welder in the oil field, lost his job, and we would it was pretty bad, like financially. So my dad would take me out. We would go out fishing, and we would go out mushroom picking, and that stuff kind of got us through. I never felt like we were, doing bad financially, but now I realize that my pops just kind of kept the family together by by foraging off the land. I know all about mushroom picking. Let me tell you, you put me back in those woods again, I'll find every mushroom there is. We used to go mushroom picking all weekend. And then you spend a whole hour taking off leashes off of you. And what is it, ticks? Definitely, Eastern Europe in the early '90s was an interesting place, especially if you're an honest person. All right, I'm gonna tell this guy out there. Let's go catch another crappie. Tom, I caught quite a few fish. I think this is like the fourth crappie I caught. Yeah, demon. Mushroom picking is the most Eastern European thing ever. But you know why our parents and grandparents did it, right? We were dead broke, man. My dad had the same pair of shoes for 20 years. So yeah, that's. And I sometimes meet people from the South that are kind of the same way. They're like, we knew we didn't go fishing for fun. We went fishing to get put food on the table, and there's nothing wrong with that. That means your parents did the best they could. But Tom, we caught. I kept three fish. I have two bluegills and one crappie in there. Yeah, mushrooms are no joke. Actually, have you heard of the mushroom mafia of the Pennsylvania? So they go grow all the mushrooms in the U.S. are all grow in PA. Most of them, I think 90% of the mushrooms sold in the stores in the United States, all grown maybe like 50 miles away from where I'm fishing, and they call them the mushroom mafia. It's like they're pretty serious about it. But my father-in-law with his wife, they go mushroom picking in the United States. They love Maine for mushroom picking, and they do come home with a lot of cool mushrooms. And you can basically one dry them, two you can just cook them up right away. But if you dry them, you can make soups out of them for the next like for the winter, and that's how Europeans do it. Demon will confirm that. Like if you go to a market in Eastern Europe or anywhere in Europe, you can buy dried mushrooms, and then they're very actually super healthy food. They have a lot of protein, not much fat, and they kind of have that meaty flavor. Anyways, I'm going to stop boring you. But yeah, mushroom picking is a big staple of my family. That way, Jisho combo rod reel. I'll check it out, Wicked Ninja. Let me print screen the screen. But you know what's wild in Jersey is that we have deer everywhere. And deer is some of the best meat you can forage and eat. Uh, if I find somebody that can teach me, I really want to get into deer hunting. Because you can basically, like, I have 30 deer in my backyard. I actually had to put a fence in because they were destroying my house. Like, they were eating everything. But one deer, if you think about it, nobody in Jersey wants to eat deer meat. But in France, it's considered like the top staple, like top meat to eat, venison, right? In Jersey, I can just go out and harvest a bunch of them and feed my family all winter. That's what a lot of people in South Jersey do. Okay, that's fish. Oh, I felt him bite it. I knew he was on it. Oh, that's a big boy. Come here. Oh, that's a good one. Stop it. Okay, we'll keep this one too. All right, Grumpy Orca on fish. We got ourselves another keeper crappie. And while I'm walking through the question, I brought my backpack with me. All right, this is it. I'm not going to keep it. If I catch another bluegill, I'll keep him, but this is it for me today. I think that's as many fish as I'm going to keep. Because my parents don't eat anymore. We got a buddy from Turkey. Can you just stop blowing out the chat, please? We'll talk to you, man. Just don't blow up the chat. I appreciate you. All right. So, Tom, if you're still in the chat, I'll show you what I caught. And this is gonna now the season for collecting fish is closed for Grumpy Orca for today. I got two bluegill. Let's take the hook out. So I got two bluegill. I got two good sized crappie, not giants but good. And that's it. And I got a trout, and I'm gonna clean these crappie and bluegill and give them to my parents. I think that's all I really need today. That's it. Let's pull that rod out real quick. I promise you guys, next time we go fishing, we're gonna go fishing for something else. I'm not gonna bore you with that. think I actually have a fish on this rod. Or not. I'm not sure. Hold on, let me check. Yeah, I do. I actually have a bluegill on this one. If he swallowed the hook, that's I'll take him home. If he didn't, I'll take the hook out and let him go. See? We just keep catching fish today, and he's not that big of a guy, but where's the hook at? I think I can get the hook out. Hold on, I see it. Give me a second. Looks like the fishing picked up towards the end. All right. Hold on, buddy. Thanks for the likes, guys. I just checked that I have over 50 likes, which is pretty decent. Yeah, okay, this guy's gonna go home free. Let's make everybody happy. The hook wasn't even like stuck in him. That's one thing. If you use a jig head hook, it really can't swallow it that deep. So we're gonna let this guy go, and we'll keep those other four. All right, buddy. You have yourself a nice day. He's all right. All right. Well, I think I'm going to call it a day. I feel like I bored you guys to death today, especially in the beginning. But I appreciate the guy from Las Vegas giving me all the tips about trout fishing. Thanks for reaching out, man. Let me throw this out there. And hold on. You like the content? Nice. Thank you. You got a new carbon fiber rod. Nice, Tom. All right. Be careful with your rod because Grumpy Worker broke a tip off his Daiwa Presso today. I know I said it about 15 times already, but yeah, man. Take care of your gear and always be careful when you put your rods in your car to not break your tips off. Otherwise, get out there, do some fishing, guys. Enjoy the day. Take your friends fishing. Take your kids fishing. I don't know. Take everybody fishing. Better than sitting at home and watching the news, right?